Wouldn't it be great if Pro Tools had an undo history for each audio suite process that you apply to a clip? But it doesn't. So there's no easy way to track through various changes that you've made rendering with audio suite plugins. So I decided to make Clipstore. Clipstore is a macro for Keyboard Maestro and Pro Tools, which very simply allows you to store clips. So let's see it in action. So let's imagine this clip is one that I'm going to process with some noise reduction. I want to keep a copy first. So I trigger the macro and you'll get this dialog box. So we have to name the tracks we want to store on. So I'm going to call it raw, and you can either use existing tracks that are already in your project, or you can create new, which is what I'll do. And I'll just create 8, which is the default. You can also choose 16, 4 or 2. And away we go. So Clipstore makes the tracks, names them for us, and pastes the clip onto the first track. So I'll give Clipstore a bit of help. I'll put it into a folder. I'll also call it raw. And I'll make that folder inactive. And while I'm here, I'll just make the storage tracks a bit smaller, like so. And what this means is you can now apply a process, maybe some noise reduction, some pitch manipulation, and if you need to return to your previous version, it's right here on the Clipstore tracks. So you can keep applying processes, and Clipstore will just find a place to put them. So you might have multiple things you want to process at this point in the project, individual clips, and Clipstore will just find a place to put them on your nominated tracks. So we keep going, and it won't allow you to paste over the top of anything. All I'm hitting here is a single shortcut key to trigger the macro. So I hit trigger. Everything else you see now is the macro doing its thing. And once we get to the bottom of our 8 Clipstore tracks, what's going to happen? Well, it tells us they're full up. Do you want to create some more tracks? Yes, please. So I'll call these raw 2. I'll just make 4 this time. Create new, and away we go. So we give it a minute just to get things in order on the new tracks, and then we can make those small again, and we can carry on processing on the new tracks. So one limitation of this method is it only really works well with mono. You could theoretically set it up with multi-track, stereo tracks for example, but your source tracks and your destination tracks would need to have the same channel count. So it gets a bit complicated with that, which is a limitation of Pro Tools. So best used with mono process only, and so it's ideal for dialogue work and certain types of sound design if you want to keep a kind of history of some processes that you're applying to something. So that's Clipstore. Thanks for listening.